I just love these snails. These are Marissa snails or Marisa snails, Marisa. I've discovered them a little while ago. I'd never heard of them before. I actually bought them by accident. They were sold as striped ram's horn snails, and then I was watching Mark Shrimp Tanks, and he had Marissa snails in there. These are them. They're bigger than your normal ram's horn is. I know you can't. Well, there's a small ram's horn over there. He's about half grown, and I would like to get him out of that tank. Anyway, I got to take him out of there. I got to take all the non-Marissa snails out of here and put them in my cherry shrimp tank. I have a lot of snails in there, and that's going to be food for my puffers when I get them. But this Marissa snail, I just love it. I've got 6 or 7 of them. But they're a little bigger than normal. The entrance where the body comes out of the snail shell is flared a little bit, and you can't see that here. Oh, there's another one coming up behind him. Maybe we have a race. A race to the algae. Who will reach? Oh, this little guy got there first. Yeah. There's another snail coming out of the back there. This is so cool. I really like snails, and I know most people don't. But they're part of the natural world, and it's just the way it goes, right? I mean, snails live with fish. And in places that fish can't survive. Like, snails are very adaptable. Oh, that one decided he's going back in. That rock I got, I pick up a lot of rocks out in the bush. My tank, I just realized, is dirty. Well, not the tank. Glass is pretty dirty. I used to have a really good crop of Swassertang in there. But this tank had a problem. Every time I put shrimp in it, they all just died, like, right away. Top was maybe 3 days and they'd all be dead and disappear. I could never find a body. I don't know if the snails ate them after they died or what. I had quite a few other snails in here at the time. But I lost a bunch of rillies, and then I lost a bunch of yellow sakuras. The yellow ones, I don't think lasted a day. And I don't know, I did all the water testing that everything was right. I checked for copper too. Everything was right. And it just killed fish, so I took it all out. I was using that red fluorite substrate. Now it does have copper in it, very, very, very trace amount. It's like 0.0002. I think it was 0002. And when I tested it for copper, it didn't show up as copper on my test. So the blues are out finally, and I think the blues. I never see the blues out. But anyway, I don't know what it was. So I stripped the tank right down. I threw the substrate in my garden. And I went to just the basic inert black substrate. And I put the panda wood back in, which is what this root here is. It's all one big piece. And that, I think my understanding of panda wood is that it's teak. And I did check on teak to see, and teak is actually a very healthy wood to have in a shrimp tank. And then the cholla and rocks, and there's a patch of moss there that could be doing better. I bought it off of somewhere for $11. It's called floofy moss. I've never heard of it. There's some Java moss. The Java moss took a beating when I changed it because the water parameters were so radically different. As was the Swassertang. It's just coming back now, and I'm really hoping, because when it goes, it's so beautiful. And somebody told me once that even I couldn't kill it, so I'm giving it a shot. And then there's my little crypt. I got another one in the back. And that snail's getting there. He's on it. Geez, I love those things. I don't know why. I just love these snails. You see there's a bladder snail coming down there, and I got to get rid of him too. I don't really want to kill snails, although I have, I'm afraid, decimated many. And I really try to keep them out of my tank. Here, I just want Marissa snails. I'm not trying to keep snails out. I just want Marissa snails in here if I can. So, it means a small dish with some cucumber in it. And I'll see if I can attract all the snails in a few times, and maybe we'll just keep them down to a dull roar and it won't be so bad. But yeah, I just put this in. I've got, this tank's got 3 filters. So I've got another one like this without the ceramics in it over there in the back. You can see that. And then I've got a UV4, and I put these filter material panels on there to make it shrimp friendly, and I just have the bottom jet working, and that's why I think I've never seen the flower shrimp that I put in there. The flower shrimp has no need to come out. And every time I think all the shrimp might have died again in here, there's shrimp out. Right now there's blue shrimp up in the grass, or the root plants that are floating, and they're going into the cholla. And there's is he done molting? I had a molting, I think he's done. Let me just see if I can see better this way. I think he's done molting. He was molting earlier. It looked like there were sort of 2 shrimp standing in one as he was coming out of his... I haven't seen the flower shrimp since the day I put it in here, so I'm going on faith that it's still in there. They're very reclusive, and it just finds one spot. It really doesn't need to move. You can see I've got some beard algae, the brown stuff there. And at one time I didn't think I would ever make algae. I could never grow up because I'm downstairs in a subterranean basement right now. This is my fish room. There's no natural lighting. And I always worried that I had a heck of a time, but I use these night crew lights. They're cheap, I know. Everybody will say, oh, go to Fluval. Well, you know, I would, but I'm on a fixed income and I just can't afford it. So I buy these night crew lights. And I'm not stuck on them because I know there's better lights, but for now they do a really good job. And if they're not light enough, I'll buy 2. And if I have a bigger tank, I can put them crosswise, and I can also put a lamp on either side of the tank for now. And I will. I'll buy a Fluval or somebody else. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm always up for it. But I just can't justify the cost. And in America, relatively speaking, you would think that, okay, well, say a Fluval 3.0, what does it sell for? $189, I think. And then it should only be the 25% more up here, right? But no, it's not. It's like double. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at prices in the wrong place. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. I got distracted. This filter here I just put in. I've got another one in another shrimp tank, and I'm just getting it. Cycled. So it's going to sit here and bubble away and collect some bacteria. It's going to take a little while. The shrimp tanks have such a light bioload. You almost have to make your own bioload. That's why I fertilize my tanks. But because the roots that are coming down, they are frog bit, right? And that stuff sucks up nitrates like there's no tomorrow. It really does. It just sucks it right up. Like, I'm thinking that's probably why my Wassertang and my Java moss aren't doing as well as they could be, because the frog bite is probably stealing most of the nitrates. And I may eventually take it right out. I put it in originally just because I was cycling the aquarium. Oh, there goes another blue. I missed him, but he's down in the Wassertang. They can slide in there. So you look at this. I'm going to turn it sideways because that's what I should have been doing all along, and I apologize for that. You look at this tank and you go, wow, what a mess. But you know what I did? Oh, there goes the blue again. He's going up. I don't know if you can see him. He's going up into the plants. It's nice to see them out and around. I always think, are they all dead? And then a few of them come out. So I know they're around. The blue ones just seem to be more reclusive. Anyway, I thought that really what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it look like a chunk of bank had fallen in. And the shrimp had found a little haven to live in. So I sort of placed it. I didn't just dump it in the tank. I placed it. It doesn't look great, but I kind of like it. It just looks natural. And for me, it's all about natural. For me, it's not about staging and having... Oh, can always tell when my wife's done having a shower. The drain down here gets kind of noisy, and then you think, oh my God, I have a leak. But anyway, yeah, I'm more of a natural person than I am a staging anything person. I'm not saying anything against anybody at all, ever. I just like to see places that are natural, and I do have an imagination because the other tank, my dragon tank, is definitely not natural. Um, it's well, I'll do a video on that again. I think there's a video here on it already, but yeah, that's just the way it goes. I like natural. So this one is cycling. The UV4 or the U4, sorry, has cycled a long time ago. And then I've got another double, yeah, double cartridge filter in the back there that's been in there for a while. Now it doesn't have as much crap on it as say the one in my cherry shrimp tank, but I don't feed this one quite as heavy because I don't want to encourage the snow growth. Oh, there's a blue. Let's see if I can get this blue guy here. There he is. Hanging around, literally. Sorry I'm shaking, I'm just stretching my arm out. I sort of turned off some of the lighting just to kind of create a better environment. They like to come out in the dark. They're not really big fans of being out in the light. And then I got a ghost shrimp here. Again, I think I already showed you this, but I really like him. Maybe I'll dress him up for Halloween. So, oh, there's another Marisas snail heading up. I just love those snails. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm just doting on them, but I really do love them. They are just an amazing snail to me. But I used to really like how many of you out there have garden snails? Have you ever seen garden snails? I think snails are a really big thing in the UK. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody may correct me, but people in the UK just seem to have more of a thing for the smaller creatures in the world, and I really appreciate that. So they like snails. I think there's even a law, and again, somebody could correct me, but I think there's a law regarding the killing of slugs or something like that, or snails in the UK in your garden. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to me I remember something about that. So this cholla up here has been floating for friggin' ever. Like, it won't sink. What am I doing wrong? This piece here, I put it in here. How long ago? It's sunk quite a bit. Now it's just below the surface, but I mean, it's been in here soaking up water for, gosh, it's got to be over a month now. Will it ever sink? I don't know. Maybe the ark was made out of cholla. Anyway, that's kind of about it. That's kind of a rough looking tank in a way, but the vegetation will come back in. I'm going to have to prune some of that, pull some of that old Java moss out of there. But at the moment, it's giving the shrimp food too. And they kind of move around in there. And that's why I don't see them out in the front all the time, because they got so much action going on in the back there. So, oh, there goes another blue. So anyway. And they don't seem to eat the catapaules, but I picked a whole bunch of poplar and oak leaves. So I'm going to try and make a little leaf litter corner there for them. And just see if they like something a little different than the catappa leaf. So anyway, I don't really have much else to say. See, that snail's already at the top of that filter. Like those things really move. They don't hang around doing nothing all day. They just go. Anyway, I'm kind of done with this tank for this video. I know it's been a crappy video, but you know what? I'm not trying to compete with anybody on YouTube. I just want to sit here and share my head with people for a little while, once in a while. I sort of, I'm sick. I stay at home a lot. I've probably been sick for over 2 years now, and I took up aquariums again because I don't have the get up and go I used to have to get outside and do stuff, although Jazz and I do. We do get out. But a lot of the time I spend it tired I'm on Oxy a lot because of the pain. So I come down here and I don't really talk to anybody except Jazz, who decided he was going to leave because I ran out of algae treats. Does your dog eat algae wafers? Mine is nuts for them. So I'm just here by myself. So I thought, well, I might as well talk to you. So that's about it. Hey, if there's anybody in the Edmonton area, let's come and grab some rocks from me. I got lots of extras. I won't charge you. It's all free. Give me a reason to go back out and refill my box again. Give me a project. Or if you want to come and have coffee and talk about shrimp and fish, I've got a 90 I'm working on to get it sealed up so I can put multifasciatus in it. I really am looking forward to that. I just got to get off my butt and finish the sealing, you know. It's all fun until the work starts, right? Anyway, folks, have a great day.